Meet the Tlingit. The Tlingit lived along the coast of what is now southern Alaska and northern British Columbia. They had plenty of food from the Pacific Ocean and the rivers. The forests gave them lots of materials for their houses, clothing, household goods, and crafts, so they were one of the wealthiest Native American tribes north of Mexico. A Tlingit village was made up of very large rectangular wooden houses without windows. These houses were built close together in one or more rows along sandy beaches. The doorways of the houses always faced the water. Some families had a wooden totem pole at the entrance to their house. The carved figures on the pole told a story about the family. It took a lot of time and many people to build a Tlingit house. Tlingit houses were all built for multi-family use by members of the same clan. There was plenty of food to go around in Tlingit family, and no need to plant crops. From the ocean, the Tlingit caught salmon and seals. Along the beaches, they dug clams. They hunted deer, bear, and mountain goats. Women and children gathered seaweed, wild berries, and plant roots. An important Tlingit food was oil from a small fish called a candlefish. Even when dried out, the fish was so oily that they put a wick through it and burned it like a candle. They boiled candlefish until the oil came out. Then they separated the oil from the water and stored it in wooden boxes. The Tlingit dipped almost everything they ate into this oil. The Tlingit needed clothing more to protect them from rain than from the cold. In summer, most men and boys wore nothing. Women and girls wore only a skirt made of shredded cedar bark. A wide-brimmed basket hat and a cape of tightly woven cedar bark matting were worn in rainy weather. In winter, they sometimes wrapped themselves in skin or fur robes or in blankets woven from cedar bark and mountain goat wool. But even on the coldest days, everyone went barefoot. The Tlingit loved jewelry and wore necklaces, bracelets, anklets, and headbands. They pierced their noses, ears, and sometimes their lower lips. They decorated themselves and nearly everything they owned. In the early 1800s, the Tlingit were under Russian rule. After the United States bought Alaska in 1867, the Tlingit lost the right to fish in their own village. When gold was discovered in 1896, they lost even more. Gold miners took Tlingit land. The Tlingit never fought back. Instead, they took jobs in fish canning factories in order to survive. In 1971, the United States government gave the Tlingit back some of their land and a cash settlement.